Well, here we are, 46 league games, a playoff two-legged semi-final, and we're finally here for the season finale. It's the richest game in football. It's time for the playoff final.
As the Uruguayan curls one in. Oh, Middlesbrough take the lead!
What is up, guys? Matthew here, and here we are. It is time for the playoff final. Boro versus Birmingham City, and the winner, of course, will head to the illustrious promised land of the Premier League, and will join Norwich City and Leeds United in the Premier League, the two sides who absolutely walked the league. Birmingham, of course, though, were a close third, and in recent seasons, the team third have more than likely been the ones to go up. So it would be, I think, a bit of a shock if we could turn Birmingham over at Wembley. They did the double honours throughout the season, got an unbelievable squad, and they absolutely walloped Sunderland 5-0 in the semi-finals across both legs. So fully understanding and expecting that we're going to go into this as the underdogs, and they're favourites. They're more likely to win. It's going to be very, very tough, and potentially heartbreaking that it's going to end and we're going to get all the way to the final hurdle and maybe slip up. But if we can put together a performance like we did in the semi-final, first leg especially, maybe we can pull off something special. Maybe the experience of the players and maybe the nerves of the Birmingham players, they have got a young squad, could play a part. It's a one-off game. It's crazy. Anything can happen. So yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's head for the lineup for the biggest game, arguably, outside of the Premier League in maybe European football. That's obviously not Champions League, etc. It's the richest game in football. Let's head to get our lineup ready for the Championship playoff final. Well, it's crazy to think that the bookies have actually got us as favourites to win the playoff final, which I would never ever think of. The form's identical. In fact, they've won one more game than us in the last 5. So I'm surprised by that, but we have got a team meeting. So let's discuss this huge fixture with the boys. So let's see what we've got. The playoff final gives us a chance to meet the targets we set ourselves to gain promotion. I expect you to go out there and deliver. Then we've got a massive chance to win promotion and take Middlesbrough at the next level. Go out there and give your all. That's a good one. I like that. Despite our poor end to the season, the playoff final gives us a chance of clinching. Now, I won't mention the end of the season. That's gone. Our strong finish to the season, arguable. They might think that's a little bit patronising. Our running hasn't exactly gone to plan, but I'm not going to mention the season. I just think we should just reiterate that this is a big chance. Go out there and give it your all. Not playing any sort of expectations, but they're not fans of us undermining the opportunity. They are aware of how big this game is, so that's pretty much gone well with everybody. Boosted morale that little bit more. This is a great opportunity for us to achieve our goals. Let's make it count. That is exactly what I want. And I think we've delivered a pretty good team meeting there with everybody barring Marcus Force, who just will not get rid of the grump on that he's had for what feels like forever. But pre-match press. Let's do the pre-match press conference as well. So Birmingham got the better of your team during the regular season. Can you make it count when it matters most? The only match that matters now is this one. 100%. The playoff final leaves you just one match away from promotion. How tough of an opponent are Birmingham? I think, yeah, they're a fantastic team. Some pundits have labelled this match the richest prize in football, with so much money on offer for your team if they're promoted. Is that an extra incentive? I don't think it is. Money, I don't think is an incentive for me. Maybe the board and the owner. But yeah, it's football reasons, isn't it? It's football reasons. How big an occasion is it to play at Wembley? They're the days you live for. Middlesbrough suffered defeat last time they met Birmingham. How will that affect you? I'm going to sort of strongly... We're going to use that as fuel. Yeah. Are you confident ahead of the upcoming match? Yes. If we play our game, we should win. Let's back the boys. Do you have a good relationship with Wayne Rooney? Apparently it's good. Yeah. We trust each other. Whatever. But yeah. Let's get the team ready then. Interviews are done. All the PR, the press stuff is done. Let's get the boys ready. So the team you will not be surprised to see is as is. Dieng, Dijksteel, Fry, Lenihan, Bangura, Paddy McNair midfield with Howson and Hackney, Jones, McGree and Force will remain up front. The bench is as is. It's more so the opposition that you kind of got to look at, and it's really tough because they've got Dembele, who's an inside forward who will cut inside and cause us problems. So we can't exactly trap him inside and force him to cross the ball, because on the other side you've got Miyoshi, who wants to do the opposite. He wants space on the wing. He wants the ability to cross the ball in. So I don't feel like we should do either. I don't feel like we should deliberately try and trap them inside or outside or give either of their wingers any sort of advantage. I think if there are crosses, we should try and stop them, but yeah, I don't want to focus on going inwards because that'll free up Miyoshi. If we stay out wide, that might allow Dembele to come inside and do his thing. They've got so many weapons. Jay Stanfield up front has been in absolute fantastic form. But that's the team. We are ready to go for the biggest match in the footballing calendar at this level at Wembley in front of 90 goddamn thousand people. Okay, what do we say? What's our final word for the boys? You know what, let's not mention. Let's keep this, this is our chance to exact revenge on Birmingham after our last experience. Let's show them who we really are. Let's not mention the Premier League. Let's not mention any of that. I mean, look how motivated they all are from that. That's sort of, we've ignored the occasion and we've kept this between us and Birmingham City. And we're going to reinstate the faith we have in the boys. It always helps to be as prolific as your team have been recently. Absolutely. 100%. Do you hope your team can produce today? I think if we produce the levels we know we can, we'll be fine. And there it is. Wembley Stadium in its entirety. And Boro's playoff final history has often been a heartbreaking one. In fact, just our playoff campaigns in the whole of late have been pretty awful. So I'd like to hope we can sort of get that monkey off our back. And I'm also going to go to extended highlights because this is a big game. It's a big occasion. More highlights. Let's see what happens. We are underway in the playoff final. And we're 10 minutes in. It's been tight. It's been cagey. Boro have a corner on the 11th minute with Paddy McNair with an in-swinger. Whips it in. Sanderson is there at the near post. It's only as far as Riley McGree. Back to Paddy McNair. Whips in with his weaker foot. Marcus Force is in there amongst a crowd. Desire Jones here. So much room to cross it in. Dijksteel plays it short. Hackney. McNair. This is good build-up play. Paddy McNair. What a cross. Apparently it was blocked by Miyoshi. Was that going in? Or was it just a ridiculous block? I don't know. But anyway, another corner comes in. Headed back. Dale Fry, it's all Boro. Pressure. Hackney shot is blocked. Fry plays it back to McNair. Birmingham can't get out here. McNair to the byline, and it's a poor cross in the end from Paddy McNair, and Birmingham clear it. And we are unable to make the most of that initial bit of pressure, but we're here again. Another in-swinger. Paddy McNair plays it in. A Dowling had it saved. Oh, what a chance. What a chance. Lenihan heads it straight to John Ruddy, and the rebound he doesn't quite get hold of either. We've started the better side, but I don't want to rue these missed chances. Bangura, it's in, it's off the bar. How has that not gone in? Isaiah Jones has headed the ball. Oh, it's hit the bar. It's hit the bar, but it didn't cross the line. Oh, this is giving me the feeling of like one of them FMs, where you just do everything, but it doesn't go your way. And then the opposition hit you with a sucker punch. Miyoshi with a free kick. McNair heads it clear. Here's Sunjic. It's a poor ball actually. Bangura picks it up. McGree now. He's took too long. He's took too long to turn and run there. Where was the pace, McGree? Miyoshi brings it back. Here's Dembele. Buchanan on the left. Oh, Dembele's in behind here. Dembele squares it. It's in the box, and Shortire gives Birmingham the lead. I knew it. I just knew it. We'd had shots on goal. We'd had it off the bar. It bounced on the goal line. And Birmingham's first highlight results in a goal. I mean, Stansfield went down under the challenge of Lenihan. Shortire was there, the first man to react. Absolutely typical. You look at the stats, you look at the XG, and yet we're the team 1-0 down. Unbelievable. That was Birmingham's first remotely good spell of the game. Let's try and keep the boys' heads up. I'm proud of everyone's efforts so far. Now, don't lose faith. We have created enough chances. Keep doing what you're doing. I hope to God you get your rewards because we've been, I think, the better team. And we've got a highlight straight from kickoff by the looks of things. I just want to see us get a goal. I think we deserve that. In fact, it was just showing us the kickoff and Birmingham have a corner. Is it going to be one of them days where they're just clinical? They score from every chance that they get. It's headed out to Sanderson, who takes a shot close down though. Bangura, then is there a counter-attacking chance? Has he got anyone up with him, Bangura? Well, Sanderson makes a tackle. But it is a Boro throw-in, and that is as far as we got with that. Oh, it's another corner for Birmingham. A second goal for them could be enough. Lenihan heads it up. Miyoshi plays it back out to Sanderson. It's blocked again, forced with a challenge. Shortire. McGree puts a foot in, but it still remains with Birmingham. Back to Buchanan. He's got the entire left-hand side. He's kept going. McGree doesn't get the tackle. Oh, that could be it. McGree, he put a foot in, but he seemed to then lose the ball again. I don't know what happened. He was in front of Buchanan there, but then... And Dieng got a hand to it, but it falls to a blue shirt. Of course it falls to a blue shirt. I could just see it coming, you know, when we didn't make the most of them opening couple of chances, them opening few corners. I just had a horrible gut feeling that they were going to nick a goal from somewhere. I'm going to leave it till the hour, and then we're going to have to we're going to have to go for it. I mean, we've got no choice. Okay. We've got a highlight, actually. Let's see what comes of this. Dykesdale whips it in. It's straight into the arms of John Ruddy. It's a pretty poor cross. We'll see what comes of this, and then we simply are going to have to 2 up top, 3 up top, 10 up top. I have no idea at this point, but it is literally all or nothing. If Birmingham score now, I mean, I don't know what else I'll do. I mean, they've pretty much scored from every attempt on goal. Dembele inside. He's been allowed to run, and it's just over the bar. They've certainly come into it, Birmingham. You've got to give it to them. They've had a tough start. They weathered the storm. What am I doing putting Paddy McNair that way? I want to sacrifice him. And I've got to say, Pat Sandaka, your loan spell overall, mate, has been pretty bad. If there was ever a time for you to step up, it's now. It really is now. Hackney's anxious, so I'll leave him on for a bit. But we're going to go attacking. We simply haven't got a choice. Look at their front three. They've had a tremendous game, haven't they? But if we're going to score, we're doing it pretty quickly. Force into Hackney. He had a free shot. He pretty much had a free shot from 12 yards and he skied it. And it would be typical if Stansfield put this in the top corner. Oh, Dieng's made the save. I think that's the story of the game. They've been clinical. We've had chances. We've not taken them chances. Drame crosses it in. It's up. It's not out though. Maybe it's out now. We're going to have to go we'll go very attacking in a minute. Free kick to Boro. Dykesdale straight at Ruddy. That's what I mean. I feel like if that's a Birmingham head, they put it away. Ooh, Shortire looking for his hat-trick. It was blocked by Dykesdale, actually. I'm going to try and freshen things up just for the sake of hoping we can achieve something from somewhere. McGree's not had a great game. Morgan Rogers can come on as an attacking winger. Engel can come on for Bangura. Barlasser for Hackney. And we're going for it. We've simply got to go for it. We need 2 goals from somewhere. I mean, we've had as many shots, a higher XG. It's obvious where the game has been won and lost as we tick closer and closer to the conclusion of the playoff final, and it looks like it's just not going to be our day. Birmingham might be about to seal their place in the Premier League. Buchanan, it's a poor ball to Dijksteel. Isaiah Jones, no, straight to Buchanan. Pounces. Looks like they've made a few changes as well, to be fair. Bakuna. Engel makes a good challenge, plays it to Howson. We've got to score now. It's got to be now. It's literally got to be now. Marcus Force, what can he do? He's run down a blind alley, to be fair. The cross has come in. Rogers to Barlasser. Barlasser scores! It's a great finish by Dan Barlasser. But is it too little, too late? What a finish. Force headed back out. Rogers, I mean, he shouldn't be in that much space, really, from a Birmingham perspective. But Barlasser, who's just come on, gives us a glimmer of hope. But that might be all it is as we're into the final 5 minutes of stoppage time. And it's Birmingham who've got a set piece. Lenihan heads it clear. This is it. Someone needs to get this ball and run up the other end with it. Drame. Engel, he gets ahead to it, but it's straight back to Drame. Is he going to keep it in the corner? I think that's what they're doing. Tackle back to Drame. They're just playing keep ball. Dieng makes a save. But with 20 seconds to go, and Birmingham, they're in a rush to take it here, which I don't understand. But I mean, this could be it. We literally need to get the ball and go up the other end and score. And yeah, Bakuna's going to take an age to take this corner. It's headed up. Fry wins it, and that's the whistle. Birmingham City are promoted to the Premier League. Either side of half-time. Shaw Tyre with the brace. When we were arguably on top, we had the better of the early exchanges, but we weren't able to put our chances away. Credit to Birmingham, they come into the game and it was a pretty even second half, but I mean, we had an XG of 2.16, but we only got 1 goal in the 88th minute. On another day, maybe. But I'm proud of your efforts. It wasn't to be today because simply I don't think we could have done much more other than finish. So that kind of gives the players a bit of an uplift. But it is another playoff final defeat for Boro. We of course lost in the playoffs in real life to Norwich back in the day, 2015. We've had playoff semi-final heartbreak twice in between then and now. And once again, we get to the final hurdle and we fall. What happened out there today? I thought we played well enough to win, but today was one of them days. I think that's fair. Was the occasion too much to handle? I don't think so. They took their chances. We didn't. Yeah. What a shame. I mean, Birmingham were always going to be the favourites. They're third. Arguably, people would say they deserve to be promoted, being the third best team, and it's harsh on the playoff, obviously, that they might lose out on that, but they were the third best team by a distance, and that is what's got them essentially into the position they're in, and it's got them over the line in the playoff final. What a shame that the career mode has come to an end. and it come to an end at the very end, the final hurdle. But that means we are now going to be waving goodbye to the Middlesbrough Beta Career Mode, and we will be starting our road to glory. I've already got the saves set up. We are an unemployed manager who is looking for his first job, and it probably will be in the National League. It might even be in the National League North, but we are going to use that as a road to glory. So if you are interested in that kind of story, that road to glory, I mean, listen, we can roll saves over from game to game, so there is no rush to get everything you want to do in your Football Manager save done in one game cycle anymore. You can fully invest into your journey, and ours is about to start. Our time at Middlesbrough has come to an end. We couldn't quite achieve what we wanted, but we gave it our best shot. Let's have a little look before we leave the save at what has gone on in the world of our FM save. So let's have a little look. So obviously we know what happened in the Championship. I think all the playoffs will have been finished by now. Let me just skip ahead a couple of days just in case the League 1 and League 2 playoffs are, as we've got tons of emails. Marcus Forss obviously won the Golden Boot. Congratulations to him. He also got in the team of the season. Look at that. It's full of Leeds players with a hint of Norwich and a touch of Boro at the end. That's nice, isn't it? The board have set us budget. I mean, look at that. Transfer budget of 1.8 million. I'm glad I'm not continuing on because that's horrible. What are we meant to do with that kind of budget? Okay. We should have... end of season review. Let's have a look at this then. Let's have a little look at this. I almost forgot. So here's all of our incomings, the new arrivals, of course. Bangura was the best of them on average, just ahead of our Senni, with Lucas Engel up there as well. Rav Lath was 5th, Rogers was then 6th. I think it's unfair on the likes of O'Brien, but I was disappointed in Daka. I think Courtney House struggled to get in to the team as much, but I think Daka was quite disappointing. Obviously, we know the final standings. We were 5th in the end. We got in on the final day, lost in the playoff final. An average attendance of 25,000, which was 73% of the capacity. Force was our top goal scorer with 24 league goals, and we got a C- in the end. I think that's a bit harsh, given that we worked within the wage budget. We got to the final of the playoffs. I think that's a little harsh. And then there's our run of games. I remember the great start we had, and then suddenly it just went wrong, and we were in an insecure job position before a surprising win at Norwich got us back going in the right direction. And then I'd say from there on in it was pretty solid without the odd defeat here and there, before a little wobble at the end, and then we pulled ourselves together. Moments to remember then. So our biggest win was a 6-0 win. That was at the very start, wasn't it? The second episode where we beat Barnsley 6-0 in the League Cup. Our biggest, the match to remember, was another Carabao Cup hammering where we beat Leicester 5-0, and the goal of the season was Johnny Howson's goal against Bristol City. I don't know if you guys saw that goal. Let's see if we can have a little look back through memory lane at the goal of the season from Johnny Howson. Let's have a look. I remember it. Wow. Ping. Right in the corner. Beautiful. So finances, sponsorship, all that. Yeah, not really too bothered about that. Nothing new to note in terms of shirt sales. Marcus Forss was the top shirt seller. McGree, Bangura, Jones and Rogers up there as well, which is interesting. This was our most common lineup then. Dieng, back four of Bangura, Fry, Lenahan, Smith, O'Brien. Behind Howson and Hackney, Jones on the right. Actually, Rogers over McGree, interestingly enough, with Marcus Forss up front. And you can see there Bangura on average was our best player, which is quite interesting, followed by Dieng. Accolade-wise then, so we did win Manager of the Month in the very first month. We, I think, come runner-up and third a few times as well. Club Awards then, Senny Dieng won the Fans Player of the Season. Bangura won Young Player of the Season and Signing of the Season. Johnny got Goal of the Season. Obviously, we know Forss got top goal scorer with 28. Jones got 10 assists, the most. Forss got the most Player of the Match awards with 7. Bangura got the highest rating on average. Darrell Enhan completed the most passes per 90, and then the record breakers was Isaiah Jones. He broke a record. 10 assists apparently is a record. I didn't know any of them was a record, and congratulations, I guess, to Johnny Howson for having the most yellow cards. History in the making. So this is what Chris Simmons from the Football League paper said. Middlesbrough set the tone early and were able to enjoy a good season as a result. Stephen Casey from 23 said the spell of football at the start of the season was the making of Middlesbrough. It really set them up for survival. What? I don't know about that, Stephen, but yeah, the start of the season was something else. And there's our little mini timeline. So living the dream, we were hired. Hometown club, of course. I can't wait to see this in our journey. Full road to glory, Creamo. That's going to be awesome. But of course, starting to impress. Manager of the month, of course. One of the lowest points was when we lost 3-0 to Sunderland and our job become at risk. All the goals, we scored 17 in the Carabao Cup, which apparently is a record. So there we go. Then we head to March, where we beat Blackburn right at the death with a dramatic 94th minute winner. Then we had the defeat to Leeds, which I kind of brushed off because it's Leeds. And then we finished with Marcus Forss winning the Golden Boot. Lovely stuff. Absolutely lovely stuff. And we've gained 702,000 followers on social media, which is actually quite a lot. Our hardcore fan base has dropped, but our family fan base has gone up. We have got meetings here, but of course we're not gonna bother with any of these. The squad finished with a good dressing room atmosphere. Managerial support went back up to average. I won't discuss plans for next season because there won't be one. And let's have a little look then at the club vision. So we got a C+ from the board. We were on course to work within the wage budget. Obviously that's a more long-term one, reserving judgment on the club's reputation. Same with, I guess, 1-year contracts over the age of 33. Not too sure what these are all about. And the reserving judgment, even though we did reach, maybe when we hit a certain date, they'll give us the acknowledgement for that. Because of course we did hit the playoffs and we nearly won the whole thing. The fans give us a C+. Pleased with the football, we played the entertaining style, and we're happy we finished above Sunderland. So, as I mentioned, let's take one last look at what happened elsewhere before we say goodbye to the Cream. And can you believe it? Man City were absolutely walking the Premier League last time I looked with 3 games to go. They've lost it to Liverpool by a point, which is crazy. So Liverpool win the Premier League, City, Arsenal and Chelsea qualify for the Champions League. United dropped down to Europa League and they were nowhere near. In the end, West Ham finished 6th and got Europa League 2 with Newcastle squeezing in. I wouldn't even say squeezing in, to be fair. There were 7 points clear of Tottenham in the Europa Conference League. Tottenham with nothing to show from it. Relegated then, you've got Forest, who were relegated by 2 points. It's safe to say Sheffield United and Luton were relegated quite considerably. We know what happened in the Championship, but in case anyone didn't know, Leeds, Norwich, Birmingham promoted, Sheffield Wednesday, QPR, and a dismal Coventry team relegated as well. Looking into League 1, Derby went up as champions. Not really much of a surprise there. Bolton Wanderers joined them with Wickham. Looking like Wickham won the playoff final. They did. They beat Reading 2-1. Wickham are back in the Championship. Relegated then Port Vale, Cheltenham and Leyton Orient. So the 2 sides who received points deductions stayed up. And in fact, Reading, without that points deduction, would not have still got promoted, but what an achievement regardless. Into League 2, so MK Dons got themselves back up. Stockport were promoted along with Colchester. Interested to see that neither Wrexham or Notts County got themselves promoted, who were obviously favourites in real life. And Crewe, who finished 7th, ended up winning the playoffs on penalties. They beat Wrexham. What a story that is for them. Harrogate and Walsall got themselves relegated. I don't have the National League saved or loaded, but Woking won it with Oldham getting runners up. Hartlepool, who I've managed many a time in FM saves, got themselves into 3rd place. And I'm guessing we'll now have a little look at some of the cup competitions. Of course, we ended up losing to the holders. Arsenal went on and won the Carabao Cup in the end. They might have also won the FA Cup. Arsenal, I believe they might have. Let's have a look. They did. They've done the double. They've won both domestic trophies, Arsenal winning the FA Cup. I don't know if the Champions League will have been... I don't know if the Champions League will have finished yet, actually. Man City are in the final again with PSG. So, yeah, we might have to skip forward a week. So, Man City did go back-to-back. They beat PSG in the final of the Champions League. And it was goals from Mbappe and Asensio must have been the assist. Man City with goals from Haaland and De Bruyne won them the Champions League. Heading over to the Europa League, Liverpool have won the Europa League, beating Rennes in the final of that. And to the Conference League, that has been not won by a English team. Who are they? Real Hispalas. Are they... Is that not their real name? I feel like that might not be their real name. Is that Betis? I'm not sure. Kits aren't loaded in for them, weirdly. They're only 11th though in... why can't I click Spanish? There we go. They're only 11th in La Liga and yet they've went and won the Conference League. That's quite impressive. I do need to get some of these Spanish teams' names loaded in properly though. Like, that's meant to be Sociedad, not San Sebastian. But Madrid won La Liga, if anyone's interested. And I think, guys, that is where we will leave it. So a big thank you for everyone who's enjoyed and took the time out to watch, view, like, comment and subscribe. When you've checked out the FM24 beta career mode, I have wanted to bring you this career mode, of course, for a long time. I've been very excited for the game and the beta, and I hope you've enjoyed this little mini save with the mighty Boro. Shame it didn't end the way we wanted it to, but yeah, we had a really good ride nevertheless, and we will be back in a few days' time for the first episode of our Road to Glory series. Don't quite know what the name of it will be yet. Maybe you can think of one in the comment section below. But we will be starting jobless, attending interviews and trying to find our first job as a manager, seeing where that lands us and what we'll start doing at our brand new football club, wherever it may be, and working our way up the pyramid that way. So a big thank you for watching, thank you for your support. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm delighted to bring back the gaming content to the channel. And if you have enjoyed it, as I say, like the video, really helps it out, helps the channel out too. Subscribe if you haven't already, and do leave me a comment below with your suggestions on the teams you'd like to see me manage in our Road to Glory. A name for the Road to Glory as well would be nice, because I haven't thought of one yet. And yeah, take care guys, see you all next time. Up the Boro.